Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Gallagher Playground, great home of Pinehill baseball. Pinehill, the defending Lynn City Series champions, winning it last year down at Lynn Shore. They're defending champions, but they're in a hole. They're playing West Lynn. Pinehill Braves taking on the West Lynn Red Sox for the second time. West Lynn beat them early in the tournament, put them in the losers bracket, so they're trying to battle their way out. They're trying to defend their championship. West Lynn trying to stay alive as well. The loser of this is eliminated, so it's an elimination game here in the 2019 City Series tournament. The winner will move on and play Wyoming. And sitting in the wings is East Lynn, undefeated. The winner of today's game and the winner of tomorrow's game against Wyoming would play the next day and have to beat East Lynn twice in order to be 2019 City Series champions. These are not all-stars. The all-star term is long gone. You'll probably see some of that on TV later on from Williamsport. These are the teams that won their championships in their respective leagues. There used to be, at one point, there were 7 leagues. There was East Lynn, Wyoming, Lynn Shore, 2 from West Lynn. There was 1 from Central. And of course, East Lynn. Then it was cut down to 5 when Central ended their contract, and then one of the West Lynn teams, the Nationals, dropped out. So now there's 5, and now we're in the 2019 tournament. This is Eddie Lewis, and he hits the first pitch for a base hit. Goes all the way to the fence. That's going to be extra bases. He's in with a stand-up double. They were happy to get Eddie Lewis back. He didn't play the first game. He was on vacation. It's been a long year. People do take vacations. Rowan Merriman, the pitcher, will be the hitter. And he hits the first pitch in the air to right field. Drops in for a base hit. They hold Lewis at third. Now he's going to go. Throw is not in time. The runner goes to second, safe. So Lewis scores on the base hit. 2 pitches in the game. And we have a run in and a runner at second base with nobody out. Jacob Peterson, the hitter. And we finally have a pitch taken. We only have a couple of fans, but they're boisterous. Down and away for a ball. So West Lynn didn't waste any time. 2 pitches, 2 hits, and a run. Tap off the first baseman. That's going to be a base hit. So Peterson gets a base hit. First baseman Perez made a nice play, knocking it down, but couldn't get to it in time. He was too far away from the bag to make a play, and Peterson easily in with an infield hit. So 3 hitters, 3 hits. In for a strike. Ryan Emerald on the mound has only thrown 6 pitches. He's behind 1-0, and they got runners at first and third with nobody out. Hit foul past first base. Lynn's not wasting any time. Just swinging the bats. Took something off and he swung. He was way out in front of it. The runner is out. He can't go because there's a runner at first base. Nice pitch by Emerald. He threw the slow pitch changeup, almost like slow pitch softball. And Figueroa way out in front of it. He changed the rule a few years ago. It used to be if you strike out, you're out. You can't go, regardless of if the ball goes out of the ballpark. But they changed that. I think they changed it first for girls softball, and then they changed it for baseball, so that now, if the catcher doesn't field the pitch cleanly on strike 3, then the hitter can go. And now Peterson goes, steals second base. So it takes away a potential ground ball, double play. 2 strikes to count. Chops at it, gets a piece and fouls it off. This is Achandi, or Achandi, I'll say it both ways, hope I get it right. The catcher. Over the head of Achandi. Swings and misses for strike 3. Emerald trying to keep the damage to a minimum. Second and third, 2 outs, a run in. Missing down the way for a ball.
Now batting number 2,
Victor Contreras, the center fielder, is the hitter. In for a strike. 1-1. Umpire has a tough assignment. Only one umpire for these games. I'm not sure why. Swing and a miss. So he strikes out the side after giving up 3 straight hits. He gets 3 straight strikeouts, but on only 2 pitches. Lewis hit the first pitch for a double. Merriman hit the first pitch for a base hit, and that was the 1 run. And that's where we are. We finished at the top of the first inning, as Westland jumps out on top, but Emerald kept the damage to a minimum with the 3 strikeouts. So it's 1 run on 1 hit, on 3 hits, excuse me. Didn't work a batter, struck out 3. And for Pinehill, it'll be the pitcher, Ryan Emerald, leading off. Catching and batting second, Jaden Driscoll. The shortstop, Anthony Seals, will bat third. Hitting cleanup and playing left field, Dylan Barrett. The center fielder batting 5th is Elijah Moran. Batting 6th and playing third base, Jake Gilbert. The first baseman, David Perez, will hit number 7. Batting 8th and playing second base, Riley Driscoll. And the right fielder, Shea Paul, will bring up the bottom of the order, hitting 9th. I'll give you the batting order for West Lynn. Eddie Lewis, the shortstop, leads off. Pitching and batting second, Rowan Merriman. The first baseman, Jacob Peterson, hits number 3. Batting 4th and playing third base, Christian Figueroa. Catching and batting 5th, Will Achandi. The center fielder, Victor Contreras, hits number 6. Playing second base and batting 7th, Jeremy Perez. The left fielder, Miguel Pena, will hit number 8. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order, batting ninth, is Lucas Harvey, the right fielder. So we've done our due diligence. We announced both lineups. The subs for the Pinehill Braves are Izzy St. Pierre and Frankie Militello. On the other side, West Lynn Sox, Alexis Perez and Alex Sullivan. So we've given you
On the mound first,
the meat and potatoes.
Rowan Merriman. Batting first for Pinehill will be number 1, Ryan Emerald.
Rich Contreras is the head guy for West Lynn. Joe Driscoll for Pine Hill. In for a strike to Ryan Emerald. Rowan Merriman on the mound. And Emerald gets hit by a pitch. So the tying run at first with nobody out for Jaden Driscoll, the catcher. Off the catcher, that's going to move the runner down to first, the wild pitch. He took a real wide turn at second, was way off the bag, and had to hustle back. Fakes the bunt. They fake the bunt, hoping the third baseman will charge and they can maybe steal third, but Nate Lewis hustled over to cover third base. Emerald getting way off the bag at second. High and tight for a ball. High for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Hit the second base. They'll make the play at first. It's not a sacrifice, but it works the same.
Now batting for Pinehill,
Emerald will move over to third. Anthony Seals, the shortstop. He had a nice tournament so far. He pitched well, hit well. He's got a chance to get Pine Hill even. Thought about it, held up as the pitch was way up and in for a ball. We mentioned Pine Hill's looking for a split. They lost the first game to West Lynn 3-1. And they want to stay alive to try and defend their City Series championship. They push the bunt. They make the play at first. They don't make the play at the plate. So Seals will get a sacrifice and an RBI. They go small ball and they bring Emerald home to tie the game up. High and tight for a ball to Dylan Barrett. He got the bunt down, just pushed it a little too far. And Merriman was able to make the play. In for a strike, 1-1. Down the way for a ball. Everybody's got their prayer book out, hoping that the rain stays away. It rained a couple of times during the day. Then the sun came out. Then it got overcast. Still a couple of patches of blue skies. I guess it's supposed to be heavy rain later on. Hopefully we get the game in before that happens. And that's ball 4. So Barrett draws the first walk of the ball game. I think the umpire is saying that wasn't ball 4. Dylan's getting back in the batter's box. Pinehill doesn't understand. The board had 3 balls. I thought it was ball 4. In for a strike, and the count goes full. So the payoff pitch up and coming. Now it's ball 4. Elijah Moran, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Chased that pitch. It was way over his head. I'm sitting here looking, saying maybe I should go get my jacket in my car. And we were here over the weekend, and I was looking to take clothes off. It was so hot, as everybody knows, 99, 100, wherever you were. It was brutal over the weekend. And now all of a sudden it's like down in the 70s, a breeze. Solid shot off the second baseman's glove. They make the play at second base. What a great play. Jeremy Perez, that was a rocket by Moran. Perez got a glove on it, knocked it down, and got the little flip to Lewis at second base. They just nipped Barrett at the base. Terrific play by the second baseman, Jeremy Perez. So we started the game dead even. We played an inning, and we played an inning dead even. It's West Lynn Sox 1, Pinehill Braves 1. Bottom 3 in the order for West Lynn, 7, 8, and 9 as we start the second inning. Jeremy Perez, who made that very nice play. How many times does that happen? You make a great play, you lead off the inning. That's what's happening here. Hits it foul behind home plate. So Perez, Miguel Pena, Lucas Harvey, the bottom 3 for West Lynn. In for a strike, quickly 0-2. West Lynn got the run on 2 pitches leading off the ball game. First 2 pitches, a double and a single. Pinehill came back and got theirs without a hit. A hit pass from a wild pitch, a ground ball, and the squeeze bunt popped up out of play on top of the batting cage behind first base. One, 2 the count. Waves at that pitch for strike 3. 4 strikeouts in a row by Emerald. He struck out the side after giving up the run.
15,
Miguel Pena, the left fielder. In for a strike. And that one hit him. And he's going to walk it off and go to first base. So Merriman hit a batter. It turned out to be a run. Now Emerald hits a batter. Lucas Harvey, the right fielder, will be the hitter. Off the catcher will move the runner down the pass ball. So the go-ahead runners at second base for West Lynn with one out here in the second inning. High for a ball. High again, 2-1. Top of the order, Eddie Lewis on deck. Swinging on this evens the count of 2. West Lynn squeezed by the first game. They only had 9 players. They got a couple more. They've got 11 here today because Eddie Lewis and a couple of others came back from vacation as Harvey takes the pitch for a strike and strike 3. So we've had 5 outs so far. 5 of them have been strikeouts. Eddie Lewis hit the first pitch he saw for a double and scored the 1 run. In for a strike. Hit to third, foul ball. Just trickled right on the foul line just before the third base bag. It skipped out. And it's 0-2. They would have had no play on Lewis, but the runner at second, Panion, was going to third. They might have just tagged him out. I don't know how he thought he was going to get to third base when the ball hit right to the third base bag. The 0-2 pitch. High and tight for a ball. Swing and a miss. Boy, the beat goes on for Hammer out. 6 outs, 6 strikeouts. 5 of them swinging. So West Lynn gets a runner as far as second on the hit batsman.
Has thrown 16 pitches for a total of 33.
6 strikeouts in 2 innings. And Pinehill, for the first time, will have a chance to get the lead in a 1-1 game. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Pinehill. Jake Gilbert, David Perez, and Riley Driscoll to face Rowan Merriman, who will start his second inning of work. I'll have a minute. I want to keep mentioning my thoughts and my prayers go out to Dougie Mullins, who's having a horrific battle. He went in for shoulder surgery and wound up being diagnosed with cancer. And I believe somebody told me he's starting chemo this week. And I can only pray that it works, it helps him, gets him back on his feet. I'd love to see him back coaching Lynn English High School baseball next year, but I would much more prefer him walking around, meeting and greeting and being with his friends, family, and loved ones. He's a terrific young man. He's done an awful lot. He did a great job with the players and the English baseball team, and not just the team, but in their lives as well. He's given back an awful lot to a lot of people, and I hope everybody out there will remember him in their thoughts and prayers, and anything he can do. There'll be some, they had a big thing at Tony's Pub the other night, and an army of people showed up to pay their respects and to help him to raise some money with his expenses. I understand they're going to have, I don't know what they are, and if I find out, I'll pass the word along, but they're going to have more fundraisers. They have a fund on Facebook. Someone told me it looked like We Are Fighting for Doug Mullins or something. If you look on Facebook, you can find it, you can contribute. Anything you can do to help Dougie. And Doug, my thoughts and my prayers are with you, and I hope everything turns out well for you. You're a terrific gentleman, and I'm very lucky to have you as a friend, as are so many people, as you could tell by Tony's the other night. So get well, my friend. May God bless you. Rowan Merriman starts his second inning of work. Jake Gilbert, the third baseman for Pine Hill, is the hitter. Hit on the ground to short. Out at first base. Eddie Lewis makes the play. Boy, that was like bang, bang. The umpire gets a lot of help from a lot of people. The Pine Hill fans right away yelled safe. West Lynn fans right away yelled out. And the West Lynn fans won. David Perez is the hitter as the pitch hits the backstop on the fly for ball one. Perez is the first baseman for Pine Hill. High again for a ball. Hit to left field, foul. Hit right at it. He hit a solid shot, and it went most of the way down the line fair, and then it hooked foul. He got out in front of it just enough to pull it foul. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. That was almost hit right to me. I'm glad it wasn't. Now he goes the other way with it. Hits it off the bullpen fence behind first base. And the count evens at 2. Popped up. Merriman, the pitcher, called everybody off. Right in front of Lewis, he made the play. So 2 away. Riley Driscoll, the second baseman, is the hitter. Bunch. Jacob Peterson, the first baseman, got a piece of Driscoll as he went by. He tried to bunt. Peterson made the nice play. Everybody charged him when he squared away. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Merriman. We finished 2 in this elimination game in the 2019 City Series, and we're still dead even. Pine Hill 1, West Lynn 1. Rowan Merriman, the pitcher, is the hitter. He hit the first pitch he saw for a base hit. Got himself an RBI when Lewis scored from second. Hit to first. Nice play by David Perez. Went to his right, fielded it, and then beat Merriman to the bag. 1 up, 1 down. Jacob Peterson got a base hit. Stole a base. They had runners at second and third with nobody out. And Emerald proceeded to strike out the side to get out of the inning, giving up only the 1 run. In for a strike. 1-1 the count. Just over the head of the second baseman. If he was 2 inches taller, he would have made the play. He went up as high as he could. Peterson went the other way. He's got his second base hit. Driscoll went high in the air, just got the tip of his glove on it and slowed it down. But Peterson is on with one out for Christian Figueroa, who struck out swinging. I don't know if Jaden Driscoll on that play got hurt. Swinging the bat, if the bat hit him, they're checking the catcher. His father is the coach. Says he's okay. I don't know if he reached for the ball and the bat got a piece of him. So a runner at first with one out. Hit foul to the backstop. One position you can't get a lot of people to do, and that's go behind the plate and catch. Got a lot of equipment, but there's still a lot of the person exposed that's back there. 2 quick strikes on Figueroa. Reach for it and strikes out. Another strikeout for Emerald. That ground ball to the first baseman, Perez, was the first out in the game for West Lynn. It was not a strikeout. Emerald had struck out all 6 first 2 innings. Now he gets another one for number 7. Hit foul to the backstop. Will Achandi, the catcher. Tried to hold up and couldn't. Pitch was high. By the time he realized that he had already gone through. 2 quick strikes. High and away for a ball. 1-2 the count to the West Lynn catcher. Swing and a miss, another strikeout. So he got a base hit, but he's left at first base. And again, Pinehill will have a chance to break the tie. 8 strikeouts in 3 innings. Emerald is just past the halfway mark of the pitch count. He's got 46. 85 is the number of pitches you can throw in a game. You can go over, if you're pitching to a hitter and you reach 85, you can continue pitching to that hitter. So you could get 86, 87, 88. Looks like Alexis Perez is going to be the new right fielder. For Pinehill, it'll be 9-1-2. Shea Paul will be up for the first time. It looks as though Alex Sullivan is going into center field as well. It looks like we got a new pitcher, too. Eddie Lewis is going to be the new pitcher.
Cody Lewis.
Tries the button, fouls it off.
Now batting for Pinehill, number 9, Shade Hall.
Misses the bunt again. They don't announce the defensive changes with the exception of the pitcher. It looks as though the catcher, Achandi, is the new third baseman. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Now batting for Pinehill, number 1, Elim.
So Merriman went 2 innings, gave up the run. It was earned. Didn't give up a hit. Walk 1, hit 1. I guess they're worried about his pitch count. Hit foul. Hit the shot. Nice play. I think that's Figueroa moved over to shortstop as Achandi goes to third base. And it's got to be Merriman catching.
Now batting for Pinehill, number
So a nice play by Figueroa. Over to the first baseman, Peterson. They get Emerald 6-3 for the second out. Jaden Driscoll. I thought they got him. They called him safe. I thought the umpire called him out. So we got an infield hit, Emerald. Swing and a miss by Driscoll, 1-1. And now Emerald takes off and goes to third. Ward said 3-1. Now they changed it as 1-2. Driscoll grounded out second to first. His ground to the second helped set up the run, move the run into scoring position at third base. Waved at that pitch for strike 3. So 2 outs with a runner at third.
Pinehill, number 4,
Anthony Seals laid down a perfect squeeze bunt. It wasn't suicide. Off the catcher. Safe at home. So Emerald scores his second run. He's got both of them as they lead Pinehill 2-1 now. Lined in the right field for a base hit. Solid shot by Seals. That's the first hit for Pinehill. Second hit for Pinehill. They got 2 runs. Dylan Barrett drew a walk. His one trip. He's the left fielder for Pinehill. High off the catcher's glove. That's going to move the runner to second base. Pinehill, all the runners get way off the bag trying to draw a throw. Bouncing around. Seals was halfway to third base. That's going to move the runner over. Another pass ball. Hit foul off the screen. We got our first deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pinehill leading it 2-1. Off the catcher again. Can't make the play. That's 2 runs that have scored on pass balls. Seals manufactured that run. Got the base hit with second, third, and home on pass balls. Bounces in for ball 4. Elijah Moran hit a shot. Looked like it was going into right field. And second baseman Jeremy Perez got a piece of it, knocked it down. He wound up getting a force at second base to end the first inning. It was a great play by Jeremy Perez. Hit foul. 1-1 the count. Missing for ball 2. Swing and a miss. Again, that high pitch. And again, we got deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pinehill leading by 2. Here in the bottom of the third inning. Strike 3 called. Good pitch by Lewis. But pass balls were the story in that inning. As Pinehill got 2 runs, both of them on pass balls. They got 2 hits in the inning. Both hits wound up scoring on pass balls. We've completed 3. Pinehill leading 3-1 over West Lynn. We start the 4th inning. It'll be 6, 7, 8 for West Lynn, and East Lynn looking to avenge their loss to West Lynn earlier in the tournament, 3-1. And right now they've reversed it. They're leading 3-1. But we still got 3 full innings to go for West Lynn to try and make a comeback. East Lynn did it yesterday morning, Sunday morning, losing 2-0, going to the bottom of the 6th. They got 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Johnny Cruz not only got the win on the mound, when it looked like he was going to get the loss, but he also got the big base hit in the bottom of the 6th to knock in the 2 runs that won the game. There's a discussion now at the scorers table. I'm not sure what. There's a substitution for Pinehill. They have to get their subs in the game. Knock it down and gain the ball back in. They've got some numbers out there that they didn't give me on their lineup card. Frankie Milithello is the new left fielder. Jeremy Perez, the second baseman, is the hitter. He struck out his first time. In for strike two. And that's called third strike. All but one out has been strikeouts for Ryan Amaral. They get the force, they don't turn the double play, but they get the important one. Amaral made the play on the tapper back to the mound. So now all but two outs have been strikeouts. In for a strike.
Still awake, Johnny?
This is Alexis Perez. Up for the first time. He went in to play right field. Pushes him off the plate. In for a strike, 1-2. He bailed out on that one. The ball's halfway to the plate. He was always falling down. Way up and in. Deuces wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Call third strike. 2 more in the inning. All but 2 outs have been strikeouts. Amaral's been tough on the mound. We'll move into the bottom half of the 4th inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Pinehill. We mentioned again, the winner of this moves on. The loser is eliminated and can pack up, and some of these young guys will be probably going to Pop Warner. The winner will will take on Wyoming here tomorrow night in another elimination game. East Lynn's had a couple of days off after playing yesterday and coming from behind in the sixth inning, pulling out a win over Wyoming. They have Monday and Tuesday off. They'll be here Wednesday, and whoever comes out of the losers bracket, whether it's Wyoming, Pinehill, West Lynn, they'll have to beat East Lynn twice. I'm looking at this game. It brings me back to 1940s and 1950s with the Red Sox against the Braves. People forget that the Atlanta Braves used to be the Boston Braves, and that they moved to Milwaukee before they moved to Atlanta. But they were the Boston Braves. And they played in the World Series in '48 when it could have been the Red Sox and the Braves. Red Sox lost a tough game. Otherwise, it would have been a really Subway Series. Jake Gilbert, the third baseman, will lead off. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again, quickly 0-2. Hit. Bounces out, foul past third base. Swing and a miss for strike three. David Perez popped to the pitcher as one trip. That was Amaral when he was pitching. Facing Eddie Lewis for the first time. Hit in the right field for a base hit. So the two-out single puts Perez at first base, and they're going to run for him. Frankie Militello is the hitter. In for a strike. He went in to play the outfield, and they moved the outfield to second base. Driscoll, he's batting in Riley Driscoll's spot, the second baseman. Down and away for a ball. Two one the count. In for a strike. Count evens at 2. Down the way, we got a full count. Swing and a miss, he gets him. 2 away. Izzy St. Pierre. Is the hitter up for the first time. And he gets plunked. Second hit batsman for Merriman. Top of the order, Ryan Emerald. He got hit by a pitch and scored, singled and scored. And that single was, I thought they threw him out at first base from shortstop. And I thought the umpire said out, but he called him safe. He beat the ground ball for a base hit. And it was big because he scored the run. And that would have been the second out. The next guy struck out, they would have got out of the inning without scoring a run. Instead, they got two to break the 1-1 tie. Popped up to the second baseman. Perez making the play. So they get 2-1 with a hit and a hit batsman. They leave them both. We're through 4 innings in this 2019 City Series elimination game. Pinehill trying to revenge the loss. We mentioned they lost 3-1 to West Lynn earlier. They now lead West Lynn 3-1 at the end of 4. Top of the order, Eddie Lewis. He hit the first pitch he saw for a double and scored the first run in the first inning. And that's been it for West Lynn. They got 2 pitches, 2 hits, and they haven't scored since. In for a strike. Where was the single? Last time up, he struck out swinging. Down and away for a ball. Emerald isn't even close to being worried about number of pitches to 85. Pitch was close, but it was outside. Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch, up and coming. Swings and misses for strike 3. Where Emerald has had that pitch working. "11 strikeouts, 13 outs." In for a strike. Rowan Merriman singled in the run, hit the first pitch he saw for a base hit. Last time up he hit the ball hard, but the first baseman, Perez, knocked it down and made the putout. They throw it away at first base. He had it beat anyway. It'll be a hit and an error. They weren't going to throw him out. He's got a base hit. And the first error on the ball game puts him in scoring position. Jacob Peterson has 2 base hits in 2 trips. They'd love to get this run in to make the 6th inning interesting. Of course, they'd like to get a few. In for a strike. Missing inside for a ball. Wide for a ball. Hit hard off the third baseman. Hustling over to third. A solid shot by Peterson for his 3rd hit. So with 1 out, West Lynn has the tying runs on base. for Christian Figueroa, who was struck out twice, both times swinging. Pitch over his head as the runner goes to second base. They let him go. So the tying runs are in scoring position for West Lynn here in the top of the fifth. In for a strike. Popped up. Driscoll thought he had a shot. The catcher turned, got the mask off, but it went, hit the backboard, the backstop, and went over, hit the building behind home plate. One, two, the count. Just got a piece. He chased that high pitch. Just got a little tick and stays alive. Swing and a miss, another strikeout. It's a big out. Well, Achandi, who's now the third baseman, is the hitter. He struck out twice. High for a ball. Twelve out of 14 outs. Solid shot to shortstop. Seals. Throws him out. Achani hit that on the nose, but he didn't get lucky. He hit it right to the shortstop. Seals made the nice play. Nice stretch by Perez at first base. So West Lynn comes close. They get the tying runs in scoring position, but a strikeout and a ground out gets Emerald and Pinehill out of the inning. They're 3 outs away from avenging the loss and staying alive in the tournament and staying alive for a chance for back-to-back championships.
After the top of the fifth inning, Pinehill's number 1, Ryan Emerald, threw 18 pitches for a total of 77. 7-7.
So I thought that Emerald was cruising, but he threw a lot of pitches that inning. So the sixth inning, he'll get to pitch, depending how quick the outs are. He'll get a chance to pitch to at least one hitter, maybe two, and he'll have to bring somebody in. For Pinehill, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Jaden Driscoll, Anthony Seals, Dylan Barrett, the 3 hitters. Both teams have paid their dues. They've got their subs in, got them an inning on the field and an at-bat. Eddie Lewis will start his 3rd inning of work. He's on the hook for the loss. He gave up the 2 runs in the 3rd. He did strike out the side, but he gave up 2 base hits, and there were a glutton of pass balls that brought the hitters around.
Pinehill, number 3, Jaden Driscoll.
Jaden Driscoll, the catcher, grounded to second, struck out swinging. He'll lead off the bottom of the fifth. Popped up. And there's the second baseman, Perez. He's played very well. One away. Anthony Steele had a sacrifice bunt for an RBI, knocking in the run that tied the game 1-1. He got a base hit and scored a run that gave a little insurance. He scored the second run in the third inning to make it 3-1. And that's where we are in the bottom of the fifth. West Lynn down their last 3 outs. Down the way, ball 2. So Seals is 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. In for a strike, 2-1. And one goes to the backstop, 3-1. Umpire's done a nice job all by himself. He's had a couple of close plays at first. Obviously, half the people said yes, half the people said no. But he's done a nice job. Swing and a miss. And the count goes full. Hit in here to center field, backing up and making the play. Victor Contreras. Made that look easy. Seals hit it well. Contreras tracked it down. There's 2 outs. Barrett's been up twice. Dylan Barrett has walked twice. Waves at that pitch for strike 1. Looking to the top of the 6th, it'll be 6, 7, and 8 for West Lynn. Swinging a miss, 0-2. Down the way for a ball. Down the way again. He took a good look at that one with 2 strikes. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Popped up. A. Lewis, the pitcher, comes a couple of steps away from home plate. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Lewis. So Pinehill is down in the 5th. And here we go into the 6th and final regulation inning. West Lynn trying to make it 2 in a row over Pinehill, but they're losing 3-1. They need 2, at least 2 in the 6th to stay alive. Pinehill needs 3 outs to avenge the loss earlier in the tournament. It's 3-1 Pinehill at the end of 6. Victor Contreras has struck out in singles. He made that nice play in center field. Hits it in the right field for a base hit. West Lynn's got a pulse. His second hit, he's played well. And that brings the tying run to home plate. Jeremy Perez has struck out twice. In for a strike. Pinehill trying to hold on. West Lynn trying to come back. 2 quick strikes. hit foul. If Emerald can get this pitch strike 3 or an out, he would get to pitch to one more hitter. He's at 81 pitches. Way out in front of that one for strike 3. So unless he gets this batter on one pitch, this would be his last hitter. Alex Sullivan is the hitter. Hits it in the air to second base. They get the force at second. He's going to be able to pitch to one more batter. He may be able to finish the game. Low for a ball. Lucas Harvey struck out his first time. Missing low for a ball, 2-0. In for a strike, 2-1. In for a strike, Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. What a turnaround. Westland beat Pinehill 3-1. If they get this out, Pinehill will twist that totally around, mirror image, and make it 3-1. Pinehill over Westland in the more important game because there's elimination. As it turned out, they could eliminate Westland. Westland didn't eliminate Pinehill. Ball 4, and that'll do it for Emerald. That's his first walk. And the tying runs are on base for Eddie Lewis, the top of the batting order, and they have to change pitches. Emerald did a great job. He goes 5 2/3. Gave up 8 base hits, gave up 1 run. It was earned. Struck out 13. 13 out of 17 outs were strikeouts. And he was involved on a ground ball as well. Riley Driscoll, it looks like, is the new pitcher. Eddie Lewis will be the hitter. Tying runs at first and second. Westland trying to do what Eastland did to Wyoming yesterday, come up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to pull out a 3-2 win after trailing 2-0 going in. So Riley Driscoll on the mound, looking for the 3rd out. So again, Emerald, 8 hits, walk 1, hit 1, struck out 13, gave up the 1 run, and that 1 run came on the first 2 pitches of the ball game. The batter, Lewis, hit the first pitch for a double. Mervin hit the next pitch for a single. And they haven't scored since. They're looking to get into it now with 2 on and 2 out. Lewis at home plate is the go-ahead run. Tying runs on base. In for a strike. Lewis got that base hit and he struck out swinging. the next 2 times. Hit the second. They make the play. What a terrific play. I believe it was Barrett playing second base. Went way to his left to field it. Lewis looked like he had a base hit. That would have been an RBI. Barrett took it away. And not only did Pinehill turn the tables, they did it by the exact same score, 3-1. Wesleyan got the lead in the first. Lewis hit the first pitch for a double. Merriman hit the first pitch for a single. It was 1-0. They had 2 on with nobody out. Emerald struck out the side. And that was all they got the rest of the game. Pinehill came right back and tied it. Emerald got hit by a pitch, went to second on a wild pitch, went to third on a ground ball, and Anthony Seals laid down a perfect suicide bunt for an RBI. It was 1-1, and then came the third inning. After an out, Emerald beat on a ground ball to shortstop, stole second, stole third, scored on a pass ball. After 2 outs, Anthony Seals got a base hit, came all the way around on 3 pass balls. That made it 3-1, and that was the final score, as Emerald didn't allow Wesleyan anything after the first inning. They had a couple of base runs, but he would come up with big strikeouts each and every time, getting 13 strikeouts in the ball game. For Wesleyan, Lewis had a base hit and scored a run. Merriman pitched very well. He had 2 base hits, got an RBI. Jacob Peterson was 3 for 3 with base hits. Contreras had 2 base hits. Pena got hit by a pitch and reached on the fielder's choice. Contreras made a couple of nice plays in the outfield. On the other side, Ryan Emerald got hit by a pitch, got a base hit, scored 2 of the runs, and was the winning pitcher. Seals got that RBI bunt, singled and scored the 3rd run after Emerald had scored 2. Barrett walked twice. Perez had a base hit. Paul got hit by a pitch. Second baseman Barrett made that terrific defensive play at the end of the game. First baseman Perez made a couple of nice plays. Seals at short made a couple of nice plays. A very good game. Both teams played well. Wesleyan had some chances. They just couldn't score because Emerald had the big strikeout pitch working. And it will be the Pinehill Braves staying alive, trying to make it 2 years in a row champions. They still have a tough road to hoe. It'll be Pinehill taking on East Lynn here tomorrow night in the finals of the losers bracket. And the winner of that game will they'll take on Wyoming tomorrow. And the winner of that game will have to beat East Lynn twice in order to win the championship. But they have a pulse. They're alive. As they stay alive and they beat the team that beat them earlier, and Pinehill beats Wesleyan, who beat them 3-1, and Pinehill beats Wesleyan 3-1. So both teams score 4 runs. Pinehill got it when it mattered a little bit more in this elimination game, and they knock Wesleyan out. Congratulations to Wesleyan on a very good year, winning their league championship and getting this far in the tournament. But it's Pinehill moving on. Pinehill 3. Wesleyan 1. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.